We're here on the Euro New Zealand and we have a triangle that's set up. It's actually better seen on the 15. This can actually turn into a high and tight flag, so I've actually allowed for that. And I've actually done something a little bit different with the target taking due to the fact we've got a massive wick here, and I'll go through all that once we've done the higher time frame analysis. So here on the dailies then, like a lot of the markets the last few weeks, we are just dribbling. We're dribbling up. So we've got this, doesn't look like much here, but quite a big bullish candle and a long wick candle to the upside. Looks like we've come into this structure level just here. Just going to take a look at it on the 240, and if we zoom in on the 240, you can clearly see now this is quite a large candle and it violated the most recent structure level, which is here. And so there is a trend here. We had a new high, outside return. Yes, that was a new high, outside return. New high, outside return, new high, outside return, new high. And if we put a structure level into where it came to and look left, we didn't quite hit the highs here, but on the dailies we have. So that is judgment whether or not we do have room to go higher. For me, because we have this pattern that's set up, this is an indication to me that we can go higher. If we drop to the 60, then we actually have again our very directional move, and again this is a clear sign here that there's lots and lots of buying pressure. If we put a structure level in like this, we can also do that. Now the problem here is that if this is going to be a high and tight flag, is that we haven't come down for the fourth touch, so that means we do have a long way to travel down. Since this is the Euro New Zealand, it is a mover and that's an awful lot of pips. But if we go to the 15, we have a slightly different story. I'll just redraw this out again. We still have a very directional move. We still have the top, except this time we have a triple test. And then along here, we actually have the market wedging, giving us a triangle. Now just here on this test, we have just had a bit of a long wick candle here, a hammer, indecision candle, and I'm not too sure what's going to happen here. I've seen this many times where these do turn into low and tight flags, but at the same time they can just rally off from this point. So what do? Well, because I have a positive reward to risk, I've actually got involved in this trade now, even though there is the possibility for it to come down for that low and tight flag. But what I've done is I've got my stop a full ATR below the lows here based on the 60. So that's allowed for the low and tight flag to play out. And targets of the 127 extension. Which are all the way up there, and because of this very large wick here, it does mean that targets are a long way away. So it's a bit unusual this, because usually we don't have that long wick, and targets are usually a lot closer than that. So this is a very big move, and I'm not completely happy about playing for such a large extension. So I've gone for two targets here. One's a structure based trade, and also a psychological number, which is just there, 6895. I'll look at taking half my position there, coming into this resistance level, and then secondary targets are up at that 127, and it's just a case now of just leaving this. So there's quite a lot of risk on the table here, 70, and I'll have to simply watch the trade potentially come all the way down to this level and hopefully hold and turn back around, or just shoot up. And secondary targets 163. And we're back for the update of this trade, and as you can see, price has gone on and hit those potential targets. Just a couple of things I want to point out. One is this right here. We did actually violate the structure level, but look at what we did. We did hold that center structure. We put in tweezer bottoms, and from there we rallied back up, back down, and then we've now today made our way up and hit those targets at 168.95, banking a lovely 82 pips on that trade.